All right, what's going on, my beautiful people? It is currently Saturday, the 21st. This video is going to be uploaded tomorrow, but I'm going to go over this week's price action. We had a nice $900 week. We had kind of a slight, very small profit day. It was like $57 on Monday. Tuesday was a $500 day. Wednesday, no trade. Thursday, I was initially up $500. Then I took another trade, which I shouldn't have. It wasn't too bad of a trade, though. And then I ended up like 340 on the day. So yeah, to be exact, on my P&L it's 899.78 on here on Top Step. I got my computer right here, my PC. Currently up 2200 on the account. Eval obviously, but not gonna rush it. Let's take our time. If we manage to win the next 2 days, hypothetically, I should pass the account. Whatever happens, happens. And then hopefully we can get this funded. But anyways, let's get straight into it. If you don't see the projections that I usually have, it's because we had a contract switch over. So we were initially on MNQH, I believe. Not there anymore. So I'll just tell you. Like, hold on. I journal all my notes now. That's exactly where I took them. Pretty sure y'all can see that. Took 3 trades this day. Initially, yeah, it was a back and forth type of day. We had a 1 hour for value gap tap. Then we had a 5 minute continuation with a 30-second inversion that got break even. I believe the 30-second closed right here. Y'all can see like right here, and then we took out the swing high, got stopped out for break even. All good. We kept continuing higher, and then we didn't create any 15s or 5s because obviously we had like levels over us like that we were like potentially targeting. So we had a 30-minute that opened up, but honestly, I shouldn't have taken a 30-minute. I never take 30 minutes, and then also we have all this low resistance. Typically, what happens with low resistance liquidity is we just take it out. I mean, some people like trade this differently. People call it bull patterns, but like this is like all generated up liquidity that we're just itching to take out, and that's what we did. Took it out, then we just started chopping the rest of the day. Oh yeah, I took a trade. We could obviously tell that this low was being targeted. So we had a 5 minute inversion right here. We had a 5 minute tab with like I forgot what time frame inversion it was. I think it was like a 1 that got stopped out for break even. But like the draw was so obvious that it took it off of even smaller like 30-second. This is why I hate switching time frames. Let's see. As you can see, we were holding this 30-second, then we had a nice 30-second inversion right there, and we hit for a 1-to-1. I was actually going to target like all the way even lower because we had like I believe a 15 right here, or like around right here, and then but it actually wicked my TB so fast, so I was just like, all right, cool, I'm up $50 on the day, nothing to trip about. Next day I believe was the contract. The contracts ended up switching this day. Was it this day? I'm keep getting confused where I keep like switching. It's MNQ? Was it MNQM? Yeah, it's MNQM that we've switched to. Obviously, like I said, the contracts have a switch after every 3 months, 3 or 4. I always forget. We'll go over those trades later. Tuesday. Yeah. Okay. This was a very nice day. Very simple, very effective. I believe market opened, and we had at the time no 1 hour fair value gaps. So the highest time frames that we had were like 15s all around the place, and the 1 hour hadn't opened up yet. So market opened up real quick. Boom, we tagged a 15-minute. Boom, got a 1 minute inversion. Boom, broke even. And then I targeted like this very small opening gap all the way to the left. We had a 1 hour right here, but I was very confident that we could just, potentially move to that level because we just kept generating. So either we just hit back to break even or we just shoot up past the 1 hour and then we reject it. And we got to that highest point where I thought price was going to reject off of, and I was correct. So yeah, that was that. Wednesday I did not take anything. Why did I not take anything? I don't remember. Let me see. I believe I did want to take a continuation short from what I remember. See, that's why I have my notes on this. This was the no, I just put no trade. I don't even remember why I didn't take a trade. Oh yeah, we're just chopping, chop. and we didn't really get any entries on anything. So I didn't take anything on this day. Maybe some people did. I personally didn't find a reason to trade that day. But yeah, Tuesday. What day we got? Tuesday. Yeah, that was no, that's Monday. Tuesday, yeah, that was the reason. Yeah, this 1 hour right here, that was from that day that we just talked about. I expected these highs to get hit, but we ended up just you know creating a 1 hour, and then finally we took at that overnight, and then Wednesday is the one that we just talked about. There was no entries for that, so yeah. But yeah, sorry about that. Anyways, trying to think. Okay, yeah, Wednesday or Thursday. Thursday was the next day. Very nice, very effective. But I I wouldn't say greedy. I just like it was an itch. I was like, man, I low-key want to take another trade. Like not an itch, but like it just looks so good. Or not so good. It looked pretty solid. The trade that I was looking for. The second trade Thursday. Thursday, I believe we had taken out a bunch of lows, or we tagged the 4 hour, I believe, and we inverse a 5 minute right here. So my break even point was this high, you know. I didn't want to put it right here because this would have given us a really bad RR. So I ended up putting it at this, level. And you're probably wondering, why did you put it at that level? There's like other fair value gaps we could tag into. Reason being is if we're gonna be bearish, we're gonna be bearish. Like we're just not gonna like stop me out for no reason and then like go higher. Honestly, it could happen. Like you never know what could happen with market, but it's just one of those things that you just know where to put your stop. We had this 3 minute. That was the highest time frame fair value gap that we could reject off. We didn't have a 4 minute. We didn't have a 5 minute. So yes, obviously we inverted this. I was like, what the heck? Yeah, we inverted on the 5 minute. So obviously you see 3 minute. The highest time frame inversion of this leg was a 5 minute. Put a stop based off of that. Give it some room because you never know. Like obviously if you put it right here, chances are you could get stopped. So you like to give it a little room. Everyone trades differently. This is the way I wanted to go about this trade. And then I had a feeling we could just because we had all this generated liquidity, I had a feeling that we could go higher. And that's what we ended up doing. But we ended up also chopping and then going higher. I should have just honestly stayed happy with my profits and just leave it like that. But I believe this day we also had a 15-minute tap. Like you can see this wick right here. We took it out by barely, and then boom, we had a 1 minute inversion out of it, and then I got stopped out, and I was like, all right, cool. With things like this, sometimes that could like affect you mentally, can make you a little bit mad, and just like, oh, also the good thing is like I also de-risk on the second trade. If you're gonna take another trade, a lot of times if it's not as good, or like it's not like as good, just don't take it at all. But if you are gonna take something, de-risk. Definitely de-risk. Definitely the best thing to do. Friday was a break-even day. I didn't take this. Reason being, no entry for it. I mean, yes, actually there was an entry. I just didn't like the entry, or I just didn't see it. Personally, if I saw that, I probably wouldn't have taken it, but that's just in hindsight. We're clearly bearish, rejecting a 1 hour, displacing past all this low resistance, continuation 5 minute. I believe the highest time frame inversion among that leg to the downside was a 2 minute inversion, but look where we closed. Boom, I did not want to take it right there because this would have been already break even. We closed right here, would have been nice. And then, break even right there. And then that would have hit TP. So this, just so we don't get any confusion, didn't take. This, I did take something, I forgot. Because I was posting on my trade recap on TikTok that I didn't take anything, but I did take this. But it wasn't that good. Honestly, we were just chopping. I believe we are on a 4 hour, if I'm not mistaken. And then we had a 1 minute inversion. Break even right here, just because I didn't really want to be in it, just because we've been chopping. Got stopped out for break even, and then it would have hit TP just for a 1-to-1. I think I put it like a little. Yeah, I think it would have barely hit it. Actually, that's funny. But yeah, that's that with those trades. Up 900. Did a little bit better last week. Still did pretty solid this week. Could have been up like a little over 1,000, but 900 is still a very solid week. And I had two solid good winning days this week. You know, it's not about how many trades you take, it's about how you can keep those profits. So like I would rather like take 2 trades a week and those be bangers, like I make 500 or 500 and not take any trade, not taking any other losses, than take like freaking 3 wins and then 2 losses on the week. You know what I mean? Because like those 2 losses will eat up like no wait those 2 losses will eat up at least one of the wins. So it'd be the same thing, but it's better to like practice and forge your mind to not take bad trades and not overtrade. And if I did take another trade, all right, cool, I accepted the risk, I de-risk on the trade as well, and then I was content with like my profits and just be happy with what you can get. So yeah, basically. And then, as you can see, I really hope market can eventually start retracing. We need to get back into some levels because I'm not really liking these levels. Can't really see anything. I mean, that's also because we're on the freaking MNQM. So if you actually go to like the actual like con, not just like the 3 month period that we're in, you go to MNQ, you can actually see like all the levels. So I'm just gonna start charting up on here, which is kind of confuses me because like let's say I'm over here trading on top step and I'm trading MNQM and I go on the 4 hour, it shows something completely different. So it's kind of confusing, but in general, like they make the same movement, like they go the same directions, like, but sometimes it's a little weird, a little confusing. But that's that for those days. Um, let's just keep staying disciplined, patient, and then yeah, see you on the next one. Later.